So here we are again with Paper Mario Master Quest. This is Double Pain, and I decided to give Giga Bowser a try in Paper Mario Master Quest Double Pain. This is the super boss for the final Bowser, and of course he is one of the hardest bosses in the game, maybe even the hardest, and very good, especially for Double Pain. He's more or less impossible. He is a boss that has a lot of HP. He recovers a lot of HP. In fact, in total, if he does all of his heals, you have to get through 470 HP. Now, in theory, you can do this legit with a bunch of defense badges and Jelly Ultras, and you can make this a really long fight. HP pluses as well, throw those in there for an extra 20 HP. Medicine Man, so Jelly Ultras give you 75 HP back. Like, you can do all of that and maybe get this done. I haven't really stratted it all out. I don't know if that actually is possible. I think it is, but the big problem with that is Bowser at one point during the fight, towards the end of the fight, after like 30 minutes of fighting him, will start doing his Star Rod into an attack of some kind, into either the claw attack he'll do 3 times, and then a fire breath. And even at 70 HP, Mario cannot survive that. So you would have to hope he doesn't do that attack after using the Star Beam. But even if he uses something else, chances are that's still going to kill you. So you can bring a couple life shrooms, maybe that works out for you. But the other thing too with this fight that I found is that whole life shroom thing that happened in a video I did on Kooky'd Koopa and in previous versions of the final Bowser fight. It still happens in this fight, where he'll basically attack you, right? You'll die, you'll start using a life shroom, he'll attack you again, and then the life shroom won't work, and you game over even if you still have a life shroom to use. So it's very, very, very tough to do this fight, and honestly, I just said to myself, you know what? I'm going to try something. I'm going to try doing this fight with 10 Kooky cookies. I said, you know what? If I can get at least 8 or 9 turns of invisibility with the Kooky cookies. I'm sorry, not 8 or 9 turns. 8 or 9 Kooky cookies that give you invisibility. That gives you about 20-something turns of invisibility. And with that, plus putting on all the attack badges, starting with Mario and Peril, starting with using D down jump, because I believe that's what will do the most damage for the most FP. I mean, maybe something like Mega Smash will do more damage, but its FP cost is so much higher. And the good thing with Kooky cookies, actually, is they recover FP, conveniently enough. So I said, you know what? Let's try this. And then I tried it. And I want to say, I was just going to try a few attempts. And then I think it was my second or third attempt of doing it. I got Bowser down to, like, I think it was 18 HP. He hadn't healed. I was like, oh shit, I actually am going to beat him. So I used Bow's invisibility, and I'm like, next turn I'm just going to use D down. And then, of course, he... I had some Kooky cookies left as well, but of course then he uses his heal, and you know, I don't beat him there. So I thought, you know what? He probably isn't guaranteed to heal at any point. He probably, like, you know, there's a chance he doesn't heal. So maybe a combination of luck with the Kooky cookies plus a combination of luck with Bowser not healing, maybe it's possible. And then later on down the line, I actually got him to heal 3 times. But I ran out of Kooky cookies. I had some bad luck with those throughout the fight, getting electricity. And there's a way around it that I'm going to discuss as we go through this fight. But yeah, basically this fight is pretty crazy. And it's so crazy that I ended up just saying, you know what, screw it. I'm going to use save states during the fight. I'm going to make them work, even though I know that they, cause the game to cause an error in loading. I did find a way around that because I was just so determined to do this. I was like, I'm going to try a bunch of shit just to see if this will work. So let's get into the actual fight now that I'm done with this long intro. So here you see my badges, and you see what I have decided to bring, and you see basically what the plan is. So, of course we start by star beaming Bowser, right? And then you can do one of two things here. You can out of sight like I did, or you can use Goombario to attack and then hope Lucky Day kicks in and gets Bowser to avoid him. But then you use a Kooky and you hope for invisibility. If you don't get the invisibility, you reset. Simple as that. Then we incorporate Iron Bonk into this whole strategy, and we have Iron Bonk, help do a little bit of extra damage. That I wasn't 100% sure if we'd need the extra damage, but you know what? We recover all the FP anyway, or, well, most of the FP when we use a Kooky, so I was like, you know what? It's fine. It is fine. So Bowser misses a bunch of attacks. Kooky runs out. What could happen is Bowser uses the Star Rod after the last turn of the Kooky. So he uses Star Rod like this, and then Kooky runs out. And then that's kind of a really bad situation to be in, because then I have to use Star Beam and then use Bow Out of Sight and then use Kooky. Whereas if the Kooky runs out on a turn where he doesn't use the Star Rod, what I can do is I can use the Kooky. If it fails, if it turns Mario electric instead of invisible, then I can use Bow Out of Sight and then get another try with another Kooky. So there are a number of ways to make this work, right? And ultimately, in a perfect world, you just get 10 Kookies with invisibility, and that's it. And then you just proceed to whoop Bowser, because you do a lot of damage to him, as you can see. You basically do 25 damage a turn. That means that, like, 8 good turns, and Bowser's done. Like, if Bowser doesn't heal. And that's definitely more than possible. That's like 3 cookies. So yeah, and pretty much that's the fight. Like, and if for whatever reason 2 Kookies fail in a row and give you electricity, then you just hope that Lucky Day, and actually I also have Close Call on, so hope one of those kicks in and saves Mario. Which did happen in some attempts, although then eventually I ended up dying, so it just kind of is what it is. This fight actually would also be a lot longer if I wasn't speeding up most of it. Like this fight ended up being 10 minutes, and that's only because I sped it up a lot. Like, if I didn't, it's gonna be 20, 30 minutes, something like that. That would have been, that would have sucked. So, yeah. But yeah, so, like I said, we switched to Bow Out of Sight. So that was an example of a bad turn where, Star Rod kicked in and I had to use Out of Sight. Use Star Beam, then Out of Sight, and then use a Kooky. If that was an electric Kooky, that could have been it for the run there, so. Oh, and then there's also, the Cookie could put Mario to sleep for like 3 turns. It's possible to still win the fight, even if that happens once, and there's like a 20% chance that happens. I think it's 20%. I think 40% for invisibility, 40% for electricity. There's a 20% chance that it puts Mario to sleep. And I have survived it for 3 turns with a combination of luck, using Out of Sight, and then Bowser using Star Rod. And then Mario wakes up, and then I use another Out of Sight. Not necessarily in that order, the way order I said. I think I use Out of Sight first, then hope for luck the next turn, then use another Out of Sight, and then Star Beam. But, or again, not necessarily in that order. But I hope you get what I'm saying with that. Yeah, it's just as you can see, like I got really lucky. I haven't actually used any, I don't think I used any save states yet in this. No, I didn't get the save states part yet. So no save states yet, and I have him down to 45. Actually, about to be 40 HP. Right? All I would need is just 2 more turns of him not healing, but he heals there, so what can you do? And then I wouldn't have needed to use save states. Like, that's how close I came. I got him down to 40 HP like that a few times and healed. So I assume the healing part of it is like between 40 and 80 HP. I don't know the exact numbers. In the original Paper Mario, if you're in peril like this, if like your HP is less than a certain percent of your max HP, I don't know what the exact formula is, but something like that, Bowser won't heal. That said, the Super Boss Giga Bowser, and maybe Final Bowser in this too, I don't think that works in this, so... Anyway, Thams I think was going to try and change that, and if he did, then this would have worked perfectly, except for the fact that I think he also learned how to change recipes, and I'm guessing Cookies will no longer be a thing soon. So there's that. But as you can see, I'm save stating and load stating, and yeah, this is where I just started saying, you know what, screw it, I'm going to make this work. So I had save stated, I failed it a few times due to Cookie not being right, or whatever else might have happened. I don't exactly remember, but I wanted to make sure this fight went perfectly from here on out, so I didn't want to have to do it again at this point. Like, I'd already spent, like, I think an hour and a half or 2 hours on it. Like, it just, you know, if in those first 3 attempts, within those 3 attempts, if I didn't get so close, I wouldn't have even kept trying. But I got so close, and I was just like, you know what, I have to keep going, I have to keep trying it. And I did, and and I just kept trying, and I kept going with it, and I kept failing because of one reason or another, and, you know, I think actually, did I end up getting 10 invisibility cookies in this? I might have, but I haven't actually been keeping track if I got 10, so somebody else tell me. I might have gotten one, like, electric one. I definitely got at least 9. But as you can see, it's just this over and over again, and it's like for 20-something, 30 turns. And as you can see, I save stated, and then I load stated. I loaded the correct, well, not the correct, the one that where it worked. Got the right Cookie, and at this point, like, it's just, at this point, I wasn't 100% sure if I would still beat it, because I was kind of figuring in my head saying, hey, you know what, is this actually going to work? So I just kept going with it. Honestly, I figured that's another reason I did the save state, load state thing, just to see in theory if this whole strategy was possible. And, well, you'll see, but we have Iron Bonk. Alright, and then there we go. So, I don't know how many cookies do I think I have one. Yeah, one. I have one left. So, invisibility. And at this point, like, I'm looking at his HP and I'm like, this might actually be it. The only thing that could potentially ruin it is Star Rod. But you didn't Star Rod there, right? And even if he did Star Rod, I don't know if that would have mattered. I think I still would have been fine, because do I have a turn of invisibility after this? No, I don't actually. Well, I would have had out of sight though, so yes, it still would have been fine even if he Star Rodded there, because I could have used out of sight and then finished him because he had 20 HP. But that's why it was important to use Iron Bonk and just do as much damage as possible. So, yeah, you know, the other thing, too, I noticed during it, right? Kooky says it heals you for 15 FP, but there's one point in the fight, around 4 minutes, 15 seconds, 4 minutes, 20 seconds in, where it heals you for... It says it heals you 15, but I was at 21 out of 50 FP, and then all of a sudden, I go up to 50 out of 50 FP, so I think it's bugged, and it actually fully heals your FP. So I don't know if Thams knows about this. I don't know if people really use Cookies and anyone's told him, but I'll let him know. I'll let him know that, because I don't know if it matters, because they might just be getting removed altogether. So that's my guess. If he can change recipes and remove stuff, which I think now he can do, yeah, it's not going to matter. And this whole thing won't work. And again, even with that, it still might be possible to do this. I don't think Zap Tap's going to work on Bowser. I think he's going to be immune to that. If it did work on this Giga Bowser, then I'd say, yeah, it should definitely work. Although if he has Star Rod, it's that still doesn't. The Star Rod thing is still an issue. But yeah, like, you would have to hope that, like, whatever combination of attacks he does for 2 turns, it knocks you down to like 5 HP, and then you use the Jelly Ultra, and then like there's just so much that would go into making that work, and it's such a long fight that I don't know that I really want to try that. Like, these attempts, like, of using Cookies and stuff, like, they were relatively quick because of speeding up the game. Like, they were like between 5 and 10 minutes each, sometimes shorter if like the first Cookie didn't work, or the second one, or whatever, you know. Like, they were quick, but to do an attempt with all the defense and HP pluses and whatever else I would have to do, it would just take too long. And to keep doing that, I don't think I have it in me. So maybe someone else can try that, who wants to give it a go. But then again, I didn't think I would even try this, and I ended up doing it. So maybe down the line I'll do it. Maybe. Probably not. But probably yes. Nah, I'm not going to do it. Then again, maybe. That's it for now, and I'll see you next time.